Welcome investors to Market Bullets, your go-to series for navigating the complex world of investments. Today we are honing in on a game of changing opportunity. The Injective protocol, this decentralized exchange protocol, is reshaping the landscape of a decentralized finance. However, I found the problems with that right now, the problems that are really ranging from the technical analysis to fundamental one. So in order to find out what's going on with Injective protocol right now and whether it's a great time to catch up on this bandwagon of investing, let's stay by the end and we will just have a few cents on this. So join us on this financial adventure as we equip you with the knowledge and strategies as that will be the couple of times where we are just jumping through crypto, but also through macro. So let's begin. And at first, let's find out what's right now going on the stock market, as that's very important for overall understanding where we are in the crypto space. So right here you can find it. S&P 500 ETF SPY sees its biggest inflow ever. So we are approaching an all-time high on the S&P 500, and this inflow on ETF SPY is the really abnormous one. So we have get the credit to the dovish Fed right now, that when nobody believes the assurance of Mr. Jerome Powell, the market is really scorchingly hot. Also, the contract expiration by the end of the year, index rebalancing, and Santa Claus rally, that everything that every puzzle has really added up to the environment where hopes were really spared. So right now S&P 500 ETF SPY is notching its greatest moments, but I have a 2 cents of the situation for Bitcoin, and those are the following. That in such environment, investors may seek for higher returns in alternative assets. So when an all-time high has been hit on the one market, especially in terms of these metrics, and as we are revolving around the highs on in valuation terms itself, there is a natural propensity of investors to seek for another all-time highs elsewhere, setting the stage for Bitcoin to thrive. So I don't find anything that may send shockwaves right now after hitting that very noticeable point, but it's worth highlighting that right now there is a growing trend of investors diversifying their portfolios with ETFs. Some of those funds may find their way into alternative assets, such as digital one, and the most recognizable, that is a Bitcoin, as a part of a diversified portfolio. So Bitcoin may shot higher by significant margin, and for this we'll have a track of what's going on in the time to come. As a reminder, we are live, so if you have any questions right here, you may pop it right now. All right, so let me know at first whether everything is going fine before heading to next slide, whether audio quality and whether video quality is satisfactorily good. All right, so we are jumping to Mr. Xi Jinping. Have you watched it yet? Unless you haven't been living under a stone, you probably heard that Chinese economy has been run on fumes lately. We can find that Mr. Xi Jinping is right now revolving around a real depression, not only in terms of fertility rate, but also in terms of economic drawdown. So we have been excessively optimistic on China back in 2021 and back in time in 2013, 2012. Right now, however, the doomy times has come. Just look at this foreign direct investment into China quarterly. It has really slumped. For the first time in history, China saw a net quarterly withdrawal from overseas investors in a quarter 3 of 2023, and as a consequence, onshore the currency of yuan trading against the dollar hit a record low volume in October. And the combination of these factors suggests a kind of a complex landscape for China. The lack of easiness of ability to attract foreign investments is the one thing that right now is really a hard nut to crack for Chinese governance. So hopes for better future right now in this 2023 rebounding year for major of the markets has spared. Has spared by really in 2023, the beginning of 2023 has spared right now. It really dashed. So what would happen for China next? Nobody will tell you, but Xi Jinping need to cut this pain, and there is a chance for Bitcoin. In order to stay in a geopolitical game, China need to reverse this unsettling trend and start focusing on searching for new flood of capital inflow. The Middle Kingdom has historically been a major player in Bitcoin mining, hosting a significant portion of the world's mining operation, but with latest regulations introduced after 2018, that started to dwindle. Right now, many of the other countries are shooting higher by a large margin when betting for mining right now. However, China is not really welcoming environment for this, and decentralized finance may be the one of the answer to this crisis. One of the most robustly developed fintech sector given an edge at a geopolitical table is cryptocurrency. Fostering impactful innovation may be a lifeline for Xi Jinping and its companies. With the Land of Dragon come to the new year, we may have eventually observed scores high on cryptocurrency, but will the Land of the Dragon come to its senses eventually and get out of this vicious circles of the economy, of this helplessness anytime soon? The time will tell, but I do expect that something will eventually change for this very promising country in terms of its technological dominance. Alright, so we can right here get through the Lightning Network, and Lightning Network is this one of the protocol that allows for nearly instantaneous and low-cost microtransactions on the Bitcoin network, the one that we all been waiting for. And right now, in the first half of December, it notched an all-time high on its metrics in USD inflows, and this allows us to think about it as a great opportunity for the whole decentralized world. So this feature really addresses Bitcoin scalability challenges by enabling off-chain transactions, reducing the burden on the main blockchain. That's the thing. This backbone has been a real headwind in 2021 when we couldn't really send microtransactions for cheap, and that was the one thing that also brought this crypto winter to stay for longer. So right now we are waiting for the Lightning Network as well, this ripping through effect of this technology, also when enhanced privacy compared to on-chain transactions will be delivered. There's no denying that this protocol is somewhat giving us that opportunity. Moreover, Lightning Network supports the development of decentralized applications that rely on micropayments. That also what we all be waiting for is this opportunity of eventually having a advantage of paying with Bitcoin for coffee in our coffee store. Right now, that's the one of the most important topic in the crypto Twitter last week. Injective protocol has gained an enormous power with its monstrous gains back in the beginning of December. Right now, let's take few cents on this valuable perspective of what's ahead in Injective protocol. So Injective, as you can find, is underpinning under its infrastructure over 60 protocols out of the DeFi ecosystem: data, apps, tooling, NFT exchanges, validators, interoperability, venture capital, and development language. So it's absolutely things that are absolutely the puzzles that may cause the Injective protocol soar, and that soared over 32-fold increase year to date. So these are the reasons why, however, I'm a little bit concerned about this. Right now, even though there is a tilting toward optimism effect based on the community engagement, I would rather manage to stay steady for a correction. So correction in price. But why do I think like that? Let's think of it right, like you don't wanna buy so overhyped asset right now. That's 32-fold increase year to date. It's absolutely too much for us. Total value locked, however, has remained relatively stagnant throughout the year, and the number of co-developers has experienced even a decline. So underneath, we can find that it may really bear down to this pivotal role that may push the valuation lower, and we may have a tiptoeing effect that may really revert this current uptrend. Right now on the chart, if we just have a look at what's going on that, we can find right here on Injective protocol to USDT is that we are right now notching a very important, significantly psychologically important level of $40. Based on where we were back in the previous cycle, we have risen back to $25. And yes, the ecosystem has enlarged, but it's inevitable. What has happened right after, we have a major drawdown of 75%. Would it happen right this time? Maybe it's a little bit too early, as we didn't find a sign of reversal yet, at least on a candlestick pattern. In terms of fundamentals, there are many things to cover that may really been seen as alarming one, but when it comes to trading, all boils down to adaptability and just thinking of a price, not about fundamentals itself. But in terms of 4-hour chart, we can find that with reaching this psychologically important level, we may have a kind of a stoppage, at least for a while, and then as we have hit 40ish, it's quintessential to think of it like the Injective protocol right now has risen so much. Right here, we would need to look for a kind of a correction wave, even though we've seen such that lasted around 5 days back in the half of December. It's still too little to say that we have gone through such the one that may really push us even to higher valuation of $50. So considering all the aforementioned metrics, I do say that even though we have backtracked to this uptrend on RSI relative strength index, we do find that with this current tipping formation that is right now forming, there is a kind of a much more that may send us a shockwaves in the days to come, rather than looking for the pennant patterns that are normally a continuation one on the way upwards. So does it have legs? Does injective protocol has legs? I do find right now that buying such overextended moves is absolutely gambling, and unanimously with many of the professional market analysts, I do find that right now injective protocol should be heading for a retest of the level of 32. That's where the congestion of the blocks takes place, and then supposedly, if we manage to get it through, and if the sentiment around crypto will remain steady at these high levels, will head to the north. So that's it in today's episode. Always remember, shorting right now to this area is kind of a very risky, but I do expect that longing for now is even more risky, at least with a short stop loss. So I do expect injective to correct its path in the days to come, and even though there are some signs that are closely linked to this bullish narrative of injective, I would really steer clear of it right now and just observe it from the sidelines. That's what I recommend for you as well. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, just put it in the comment section below.